Hello and welcome to Abu Dhabi. This is the NFS North American Formula Series coming to you live from qualifying one. And we're starting to see some drivers come out onto the track here, get warmed up. We'll get some stuff pulled up here for you. Keep track of all the action and not miss a thing. As we ride on board at the moment with Helgeline, who's in the McLaren, and we'll be headed out on track here shortly. So, 15 drivers at the moment on track. Most of them will be putting their setups on and retiring in the pits to move on to Q2, as we will not lose anybody. We're missing quite a few drivers today for whatever reason. But they will be able to, or actually no, we have less than 15 as I'm looking here. There's a little glitch in the numbering chart, so we might have 13? 34. 10, 11, 12, 13 drivers. Wow, so only 13 drivers in today's Tier 1 division race attending right now, so a good opportunity for some of these drivers to get some very well needed points and can probably move right on up the ladder here quite quickly, as we see some drivers starting their hot laps. So there's an invalidation there from Helgeline already, or excuse me, Fuse Rogue. Helgeline, who else is on a hot lap? If possible, Bacon is on a flyer. We'll watch him in the Mercedes. Tough day for Mercedes in the real world. Big congratulations to Max Verstappen, though, in Red Bull Racing for winning the world title. So Impossible Bacon in the Mercedes, making his way downtown through Sector 1. He goes purple to start the day. And down to the hairpin, and a long straightaway as he flies down into Sector 2. Couple cautions on track right now, but it looks like the majority of those are just drivers getting out of the way of other drivers on hot laps. Nothing wrong there. Things real quick here. So, Possible Bacon now coming around the Sector 3 as he comes around to the finish line to set his first flying lap. We'll see what kind of times we're going to be looking for here, as the Mercedes driver is about to cross the line and set the benchmark at a 142.06, which is quickly beaten by VZ as well, 136.9 flat. So a good lap from VZ there. Hewlett slowly following in the mediums, 138.014. Remember, these drivers just need to set a lap and then retire the car, and we will move on to Q2. Head on board with Fuse Rogue, who is just getting his hot lap underway. What is the next driver here crossing the line? Out. Lightwork is on out lap. He's coming across now. And then we have maybe Jonathan Dunk is going to be finishing his lap in the AlphaTauri. He'll be crossing the line here shortly, and followed by, that might be NFS Bucks in the Ferrari. Jonathan Dunk. Ooh, Jonathan Dunk on 209, NFS Bucks on 136.694. Now, we don't know if these times are representative of true pace or not, as they are just getting these laps in for the moment so that we can retire and move on to Q2. Fuse Rogue coming into the final sector, going to go under the hotel section. Very beautiful area of the track there, the color changing top and sides and everything. Sleepy Azure in the meantime goes fastest, 136.282 in the Williams, so he's setting a good pace there. I imagine we'll see some 35s, maybe 34. Oh, Fuse bins it And Fuse has binned it coming out of the final turn. We saw it live here. And he is done for in qualifying, so he will start from the rear. A big blow to Aston Martin, and surprisingly, because all he had to do was finish the lap and then retire the car, he didn't need to push. But nonetheless lost the rears, and that's going to do it for Fuse Rogue. So unfortunate for him. Let's see, we got Lightwork is the next driver here, I believe, to cross the line as they clean up his teammate on the front stretch. Lightwork, a very fast driver, which we all knew. See what he can do here coming across the line on his installation lap in the Aston Martin, and he's going to go P1 at 135.126. So we are definitely going to see some 34s. Do we see 33s later on in qualifying? We have yet to find out. We see some retirements already. His drivers are already safe and know that they're going to be moving on. We have Helgeline, who is yet to set a lap, and he is going through Sector 2 right now in the McLaren. McLaren had a nice paint scheme. Whoa! And Helgeline loses it. Keeps it going. Kind of a nice donut pirouette there, and probably just putting on a show for us because the time doesn't matter this time around in this qualifying session. All he has to do is cross the line. He did not invalidate all while doing that, so he should still be just fine. We have multiple drivers in the pits who should retire at any point here. I think the last driver that we will be waiting on will be Hunter F1, who is going to start a flying lap now, so he'll have to go around twice before coming in the pits, and then should be able to move along here. We're going to go back to Helgeline, who's going to come across the line after doing that pirouette on the track. You can already tell he's just taking it nice and easy. All he has to do is cross the line, no biggie. And you see multiple drivers retiring because they would like to move on to the next round of qualifying, where it really matters, as we will lose 3 drivers next time round. And in the meantime, Helgeline set a 49.2 after doing that pirouette. Crew Steamers has retired. You see Lightwork and Sleepy Azure. So Lightwork has retired. Jonathan Dunk is retired. So we just have 4 drivers we're waiting on. 2 are already in the pits with times. And then Hunter F1 in the Alpine is coming through the end of Sector 2 and into Sector 3 here. And he'll be crossing the line to set his lap. And then we can move right along into Q2. So there's Hunter F1 doing a 36.7, slotting into 4th place at the current moment. And he'll be heading around and retiring the pits. And same with Helgeline, who we see coming around the last turn here. He should duck in as he does. In the McLaren. Woo! Gets a little squirrely going into the pit lane there. So with Fuse Rogue crashing out, we will only lose 2 drivers in the next session. Hunter F1 making his way around the final couple turns here. There's one other driver in the pits that needs to retire. That is Mr. Clean. I think that's going to do it. So we will move on to Q2 where it really counts and see who of the two other drivers we are going to lose in Q2. Lightwork setting the pace of 135.126, a great lap from him. Interesting to see if any other drivers can get on that level as far as timing when they're really pushing it and trying in Q2. And will we see a 133? That might be a tall ask, I'm not sure, but we will find out. Q2 now underway. Hugleen out on track as well. Jonathan Dunk, Mr. Clean, and Deary Racing. These are the tires they will start on if they do make it through. Start the race on. So we have 3 takers for the softs. That is Hewlett, Deary, and Crew, and the rest of them on the medium compound tire. So it looks like first driver is going to be Mr. Clean, I believe, is first out, and he will be setting the pace soon. So Mr. Clean with an invalidated lap is going to have to try again. Right behind him, though, in the McLaren is Hugleen. He will be the first one to set a valid lap time as we watch him come through the middle part of Sector 2, that back and forth chicane, and he continues on the straightaway. Setting a purple Sector 2. And he's the first one out. Looking good through the hairpins there. Keeping it very tidy. Oakland sets the pace at 136.329. With Deary taking that from him actually at 36.329. I'm sorry, that was Deary's time that I saw on the top of the screen. Helgley just a couple tenths off of the 783. Also across the line, Impossible Bacon on the mediums at 36.534. We also have Sleepy Azure just at a 36 flat, and we have Jonathan Duck coming, across the line. He's going to do a 36.037, just beating Sleepy Azure. So, next driver to cross the line will be Mr. Clean. He's coming around on his second attempt here. And he's going to set a 37.494. That might not be good enough to advance. We'll have to see. VZ's out on track. He hasn't validated, though. And looks like Hewlett will be coming through to start a flyer. So we'll ride with Hewlett for a little time here. We'll ride on board with Hewlett and get a view of the track here. It does do a purple sector 1, so something to look out for. Meanwhile, Lightwork setting a good pace at 35.378. Very quick compared to Jonathan Dunk, who is known to have some great pace in that car as well. So he lets us a 137.059 on the soft compound tire. Looks like PLO Cruise Steamers in the Ferrari is out on track setting a hot lap at the moment. PLR Crew Steamers in the woo, getting a little dancy there, and the mediums coming across the line. Oh no, he pulls it in the pits. Not going to set a time before he's going to get on some different compound tires. Doesn't see any damage. I didn't think he hit anything. We'll jump to Hunter F1, who has gone purple sector 2. So we'll have to see if that is true and what kind of pace he's looking at right now. And he goes third fastest, 36 flat. Very good time for Hunter F1 and the Alpine. So that's going to do it for installation laps, because Crew Steamer's ducked in the pits. We'll have to see if he comes out and makes another attempt. And we will lose 2 drivers. Oh, PLR Crew Steamers is back out on track on an out lap. Oh, Mr. Clean loses the rear end. And that's going to cost him a chance to go to Q3. Somebody's not happy. And that'll do it for Q2. We see the light work setting the bar to 135.378. We are going to lose Hewlett and Mr. Clean, unfortunately, as they were not able to put the times in needed. Hewlett just barely missing. Look at that. 1.418 compared to 1.405. It's very close there for the last transfer spot. But nonetheless, we will lose Hewlett and Mr. Clean. So we have Sleepy Azure on an out lap, the first of the drivers to come out from the Williams. Will be doing installation, and we're going to have a shootout for pole position here coming up, which is going to be real good. Looks like everybody out except for Bucks Joe in the Ferrari has yet to come out here. Be interesting to see who's going to set a time. I'm going to say we're getting to low 34s before the night is over, after some of the stuff that we've seen already. Sleepy Azure setting a good Sector 2 time there, I think. Or maybe that was Hoagland actually in the McLaren that got that purple. We'll have to see how this shapes out as everybody is out on a flyer except for one driver. So we're going to see a bunch of times being posted up here very quickly. And we'll do our best to stay ahead of all the action as it comes through. We do have an invalidation though for Sleepy Azure, so he will not be the first one to set a time. We'll jump up over with Hoagland, who is still clear here. As he works the last corner, we'll ride on board as he crosses the line. Looks like a great exit there in the McLaren. He's going to do a 36.240. So I think he'll have to come in and try to get into the 35s if he really wants to contend. Let's see who's the next. Jonathan Dunk, a 35.134. And VZ a 36 flat. We have Crew Steamers 36.459. And invalidation for Deary, unfortunately. He has a car coming up behind him, though. Here comes Lightwork. And he's going to try to put in a good lap time here, coming around the front. So, oh, and a great save from Lightwork as he almost binned it. Still gets a 35.994 out of that somehow, but wow, that might have been the save of the race. Pretty impressive there. We have invalidation here. We have Deary, who's going to be going around again trying to get a time locked in. Here is Bucks on a flyer right now. So we'll ride on board with Bucks Joe and see if Bucks Joe can put up a good time here in the 35s. Buck looking pretty good in that Ferrari. Have to see Sector 3 here is ticking away. Yellow ahead of him is an Alpine up there. It is. It is Hunter F1 coming in the pits, but here comes Bucks Joe to cross the line. He's going to do a 1:35.767, so not too bad of a time there for Bucks Joe. We have Deary, who in the AlphaTauri is coming just across the line now. He's going to come across the line and do a 1:56.88, so had some major trouble there on that lap. He'll have to try again for sure. Yeah, purple Sector 2, that's interesting. Let's see if that holds out. Looks like Sleepy Azure is getting ready to go on a flyer. He's coming just into the third part of Sector 3 now. And Deary Racing goes P6 of 1:36.117, so a good time for Deary in the AlphaTauri. Has a pretty solid 6th place starting position for the race so far. And now we'll take a peek at Sleepy Azure in the Alpine as he crosses the line, and will start his flying lap here in Q3 with 3.5 minutes to go here, just over that. So this might be it as far as Sleepy Azur's chances to put in a good time, as that clock is ever ticking and this track is a long one to get around. He goes purple sector 1. He's very quick in this Williams. Some other drivers coming out on their final attempt laps. We have VZ, Crew Steamers, and Impossible Bacon all out on the out laps for their cars. And some more drivers coming out of the pits as we speak. I can see on the map there. Sleepy Azur, though, we're going to ride on board with him for a little bit. He's looking very tidy. Hard on the brakes coming in the chicane here. Very easy to lose control of the car there a little bit. Oh, that could hurt. Nope, he's good. I thought he might invalidate there, but he didn't. Sleepy Azur come to the final turn. He's going to come across. Oh no, he ducks in the pits. I wonder why. No time yet. He's going to have to change tires and get right back out. Hopefully he has enough time to set a lap. Meanwhile, we have Helgeling. Oh, he looks like he is spun. Oh, he took the wing off and all. So big accident for Helgeling. That's going to be his qualifying over with, unfortunately. Crew Steamers coming through sector 2 is on a hot lap, trying to improve his time from P8 to 136.459 at the current state. Oh, and a big crash for Crew Steamers. Takes the wheel off. He is out of qualifying there. We'll jump to Impossible Bacon. So sorry for the Ferrari of Crew Steamers, who went a little wide there right into the wall. That's a tricky area. Hopefully the car's cleaned up in time for Impossible Bacon. Let's see. And it looks like it's kind of out of the way there. Yeah, he makes it work, I guess. And we'll see if Impossible Bacon can improve his time in the Mercedes. Looking very tidy, channeling his inner Hamilton. Coming across the line. He goes P2 at 135.268, so a great lap there for Impossible Bacon. Next driver can cross the lines. Light work is on an out lap. We'll jump to the Alpina VZ, who's on a flyer coming through the final section here. And giving it all. He's got his random tire just sitting back there. Thank you, Codemasters. Oh, invalidates on one of the final turns. He'll have to go again. He can do it if he wants. Oh, but he goes way wide. And he'll start his lap here. So VZ will have to check back in with him. Somebody else across the line. Deary has invalidated. That'll be quality over for Deary. Jonathan Dunk, 135, 134, still on pole position. But it looks like he is still on a flyer. We'll check with that. Deary is done. We're going to jump to Hunter. Has an invalidated lap. That's quality over for him. Bucks Joe, also an invalidated lap. He is done and out of qualifying as well. And we will keep moving here. Impossible Bacon, I think, is done. Let's see if he's been improving or not. Gonna drive right through the tire. And he's gonna duck it into the pits. So the next driver behind him is Lightwork, who is still on a good lap. He's gonna cross the line, try to take that pole position away from Jonathan Dunk. A little squirrely out there, giving it everything he's got. And And across the line, can he do it? He does. A 134.812, a beautiful lap from Lightwork. Going into the 134s, that was quite impressive there. VZ has invalidated. Can Jonathan Dunk do anything about it? He's invalidated, so that is going to do it for qualifying. And NFS Lightwork will take pole position. So a great qualifying job there from NFS Lightwork, and we will move on to the race. Here shortly, we still have VZ, who is in the pits right now. As soon as he gets in there, it should move us right along into the first stage of the race. So there you have it, the top 10 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix NFS. Lightwork taking pole position. Jonathan Dunk will be right next to him on the front of the grid. Impossible Bacon, Hunter, F1 in 4th. Bucks Joe in 5th. VZ 6th. Deary Racing 7th. Helgeline 8th. Crew Steamers 9th. And Sleepier Zur in 10th will round out the top 10 for the Grand Prix. And we're just waiting for the players to load in here. The race will start kind of at sunset period and transition into night, which is a cool effect. Interesting to see. I've heard that a soft medium strategy can work pretty good. But we will have to see what the predicted strategy is here as we get set to start the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're just waiting on the system to load the drivers in, and then we'll be off to the races. And the drivers will head out on their formation lap. We have Lightwork taking pole position. We'll run down the field here once again just to refresh you. Also, we'll also see some tires here. So Lightwork starting on the medium compound tire. Jonathan Dunk doing the same in second place. Impossible Bacon, the first of the drivers to be up starting on the soft compounds in third place. Then we're followed by Hunter F1 on the medium compound tire. Bucks Joe in the Ferrari is in a good solid 5th position on those medium tires. VZ will line up next to him, and Williams on the mediums. The next row behind them, Deary Racing with a good solid qualifying run for him in a good 7th place. Looking to pounce on some of the medium runners in front of him using those soft tires. Helgeline in the McLaren, looks like he had more pace in him throughout qualifying, but just couldn't get it done. We'll see if he can hop up along the order there on his mediums. Pilar Crew Steamers in the Ferrari will start on the mediums also. Sleepy Azure next to Crew will be starting for Williams on the medium compound tire. Hewlett is the last of these soft compound takers, starting from 11th. Mr. Clean on the medium starts 12th. And Fuse Rogue, a driver to look out for, who bended unfortunately in qualifying, will start P13. So look for Fuse Rogue to be moving on up the order here as the race progresses. But back out front, it's Lightwork who was setting the quickest pace and the only one to jump into the 34s in qualifying. Can he take it the rest of the way here and come out with a victory? He had a good showing and warm-up in Tier 2 where he was reserving. So he is all warmed up, ready to go. And we'll see if Jonathan Dunk can do anything about that in the AlphaTauri as he's going to line up to the inside of NFS Lightwork. Never did see a predicted pit strategy from Codemasters, but we will be watching to see what the takers are when pit stops do come around. We have 28 laps here as we get ready for the lights. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are racing in Abu Dhabi. Looks like Lightwork hits a good start. A little bit of jostling around the field behind him. They are too wide going in turn 1. It looks fairly clean so far. We'll watch the rest of the field here. Everybody getting through just fine. We're going to start seeing some single file action going on. Check a little back. There's a little bit of a bunch up back here. Ooh, and that Smurfs. Oh, big crash up front. Oh my goodness. That's VZ and NFS Lightwork out. Oh my gosh, what happened there? Crew Steamer's also a 5-second penalty, and we have a full course safety car. That was massive. Oh my goodness, and I thought they were just single file up there and there wouldn't be trouble, but that was a huge, huge accident involving the pole sitter NFS Lightwork and VZ. And we'll have to see what happens there in the chat on Discord if we can get some info as to what in the world just happened. That was a major incident there. Wow, so safety car, first lap of the race. We'll get the field bunched up, 11 drivers remaining, so everybody except one is going to get points this race. So if you were we had a lower showing than usual, but if you show it up, you're going to get rewarded for it. Take a peek at some of these front wings, make sure nobody got damaged from that. I don't believe they did. Everybody looks good so far. It had to have happened farther up the pack, so we'll kind of wait for a better camera angle here. See if Huggling is okay. Looks like he is. He's got all his end plates. AlphaTauri driver of Deary is coming into the pits. Maybe he has damage that we can't quite see. We'll see if we do a wing change on Deary Racing here, the AlphaTauri driver. Good opportunity to come in and try something different, maybe too. And he's going to go hard. Nope, that's Ferrari behind him taking hard compound. Here's Deary switching to the mediums. And then PLR Crew Steamer is getting a little repair there, I think, and serving his 5-second penalty, which is very smart of him. Going on the hard compound tire. Can he take those the rest of the way? We will have to see. He is the only driver on the hard compound. We'll have to see what the pace difference is. And it looks like we're hearing that Jonathan Dunk's car was lagging. That might have been part of that incident, but we'll have to wait and see if that is true. So lap 2 of 28, we already have 2 cars out of this race with a major incident coming out of turn 4 or 5 there. Wow, so eventful right off the bat. And the field is going to be caught up here in sector 2 as we wait for Crew Steamers to catch the pack. We might go green this time by, but it probably will be the final. So safety car will be coming in this lap. We'll go back to green flag racing. Jonathan Dunk now out in front. And the AlphaTauri looking good. Can anybody challenge him? Now, Fuse Rogue started 13th, or excuse me, yeah, 13th on the grid. He's already up to 8th. So passing 3 cars and then taking advantage of the 2 wrecked cars that had their incident there. So can Fuse Rogue climb his way back up and give Jonathan Dunk a challenge there at the top spot? We shall see as the pace car starts to pull away. Field's coming through sector 3 now. Only 2 drivers left on the soft compound tire. And we're back to green flag racing. Jonathan Dunk takes off early. And Hunter F1 will start the process of trying to hunt him down. And we already have, oh my gosh, Bucks is out already. What happened to Bucks? He must have, I'm guessing he lost the rear, but NFS Bucks is out. Wow, so now we're down to 10 drivers already. What in the world is going on? DNF for the Ferrari driver of NFS Bucks. His teammate Cruz Chambers presses on. And Fuse Rogue, we're going to ride on board with him as he is moving up quite quickly here. Up to 7th now. Like he's going to get a good toe. He's probably going to make a move on Sleepy Azure coming into this turn. He will. So the Aston Martin of Fuse Rogue has a lot of pace in it, and he's doing everything he can. But Sleepy Azure is not letting it go easy. And it's going to run a wide. Woo! A little tussle there between Williams and the Aston Martin. Fuse Rogue just appears to have a little bit more pace in that car. Now will Sleepy Azure try to challenge again? No, he's going to settle in and save his tires. So Fuse Rogue now up to 6th place. We'll start running down the back of Mr. Clue. Meanwhile, Jonathan Dunk starting to pull a nice sized gap there. 2 seconds now back to 2nd place of Impossible Bacon. And you see Mr. Clean there in the Mercedes having a good time in 5th place. Jonathan Dunk sets the benchmark of 139.230. Possible Bacon has gotten around 100 F1. 100 F1 here is going to try to stay in the slipstream and get that DRS, which is not quite activated yet. Probably next lap for that. And who thought about it? It's not quite close enough. Try to get a good exit out of this. And try in the next turn here. Meanwhile, Jonathan Dunk out front is just about putting another second on the field here as his gap back to 2nd. You see him off in the distance there. His DRS has been enabled now. Fuse Rogue making a move on Hogeline for 4th place now as he makes his way up. Fuse Rogue now into 4th place, looking to keep moving on up the order. His next target is Hunter F1 in the Alpine. Oh, and Fuse lost it. As you can see there, he has lost it there in the end of Sector 1. Oh, man, and he was on the move, too. That'll do it for Fuse Rogue. We're now down to 9 drivers. Sleepy Azure coming around, he'll pass Fuse. He had some trouble, but yeah, now down to 9. Hunter all over the back of Mr. Clean. A little squirrely there. See if we can get in the draft here and probably just stick behind him here until the next straightaway. Whoa! A big moment there for Hunter. A big save. Good for him.